following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download. It's Tuesday, and I'm here with my co-host, TJ Majors.
Oh, hey.
If this intro sucks, it's because we've had to do it a couple times.
Or three.
Yeah, because Travis is back there around and hitting wrong buttons and stuff. Y'all know Travis.
Hall of Fame producer.
That's right. Hey, this episode is presented by Arby's. Don't forget about Arby's new meat and 3-box. You get more meal for your money at Arby's. Of course you do. We have the meats. And now we have the show started. Do we have the record button mashed?
Yep.
All right. Mashed. A lot of people think mashed is a funny word.
It is.
Yeah, pressed or whatever. I don't know what the
only other time you use it is with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Is really?
I mean, what other?
Mashing a button.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people, I say, when I was talking, me and Amy were dating early, and I said, man, you got to mash it. She's like, what? She was a little taken aback. I'm like, all right.
I think it's a perfectly fine word.
I do too. I've used it a lot in my life, but it's not universal, I don't think. Hey, TJ, I got you a gift.
Hey, how's it going?
I got you a gift, pal.
Okay.
So, I've been going through some boxes of cards. Got some paninis here, and football stuff, and all of the Buffalo Bills cards I put in a little stack, man, and here they are. Those are yours.
Thank you.
You got it. There's one Allen that's pretty good. That one on the top. Nothing special though. I didn't give you any.
I've been looking for this Sean McDermott.
Yep. I figured you could use a Sean. You won't see him in that uniform next year.
No, probably not.
Anyhow,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, and I got a box too that Panini gave to me. 2025 NASCAR trading cards, Panini Prism, 12 cards per pack. Yeah, we might rip into this before the end of the show and see what you got. See who pulls what. I might let everybody in here
Can pull. Yeah. See what we get.
Pack out. See what's going on.
Minus Travis.
I've been going on eBay and sniping some of the older stuff. I like to I've opened some new boxes, and I've opened, a lot of old boxes. When I say old, I'm talking about junk wax from like the late 80s.
Yeah.
And you can find like some of the retail boxes and stuff from the late 80s for $15, $20. And so I've been buying a bunch of those. I'm going to bring them in here. We'll rip them up.
Yeah. Let's do it.
See if we can find some Bo Jacksons.
Bo Jackson would be a good card.
Bo Jackson, King Griffey Jr., that was Jose
King Griffey
Canseco.
Jr.
There was
card.
a lot of Barry Bonds, a lot of decent cards.
Apparently that King Griffey card was like a hot item.
There's a lot of decent cards even in the junk wax era, and you had Michael Jordan in some of the upper deck stuff in the 90, 91, 94. The 94 upper deck stuff.
Yeah.
Decent.
If you pulled a Griffey or a Jordan, you did good.
And Jordan very limited a lot of the things that you could use his name on and stuff, so it's even harder.
His cards are pretty valuable. I'm sniping a few boxes. I'll bring them on here, and
we need a new segment.
I was gonna say that I've opened. If you threw down in front of me, and I know people are not gonna agree with this at all, but I'm always on the wrong end of things. If you threw down in front of me like a 1989 Topps or a 91 Topps, a box of those, and then a brand new box of like 2025, Panini or Topps, I would probably have more fun opening the old box. And it's more likely because I recognize all those names.
It's nostalgia.
Yeah.
No, the new box would be kind of because the new cards that are coming out are badass.
Dude,
so.
when I open all this new even on the football side, I mean, I recognize a lot of the football players because I watch the NFL. I don't watch a ton of Major League Baseball, so I only know like Aaron Judge and Freeman and a few. Yeah, so I don't know any of the new hot rookies coming in to the Major League Baseball.
I don't
and
either.
Even on the NFL side, there's some rookies that I'm like, damn, he's good. His card's good. Really? I've never heard of this guy. Like Jackson, I know who Jackson Dart is, right? You do too. I watched him play a lot last year with the Giants. He had some injury issues, got a couple concussions. He played good though, but his cards are hot right now, and I'm like, man, I don't know. He's not.
Yeah, let me see what you can do for another year before.
He's okay.
Well, he's in the news for dating.
Well, his cards are hot, not because of who he's dating.
I don't know. It might help.
I don't think so. Anyway, it's more work, like looking the new cards up and trying to figure out
it is.
What's worth what. I can open up a pack of early 90s or late 80s baseball, and I can tell you about the price or the the value of each card.
For sure.
I don't have to look it up. But there's a couple cool apps. They got apps on your phone. You can actually scan the card with your camera quickly. It's like, this is the card. That's what it's worth.
Done.
It struggles with some of the variants, the variant cards.
It does, yeah.
And it struggles with the reflective cards, which all of them are these days, right? All of them are chrome.
Oh, yeah.
And your phones don't do that very well. But, man, we're still in this card game.
Still
if you can't tell. Mm-hmm. I spent all day yesterday sniping old school boxes. And I got a couple of die casts lately. One die cast that I secured off of eBay is the die cast of Ray Elder, the guy we talked about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's on the ballot. They announced the ballot.
I heard.
Kevin Harvick is on the ballot. I think Kevin Harvick is a lock.
Yeah.
Lock it.
Right, lock it in.
Absolutely.
So, all right, you're locking Kevin in.
Don't even vote him. Just.
Well, I know. So, Kevin, can you figure out if you can get the ballot up there? This is what I'm talking about. This happened exactly. We were on the show the other day talking about how the new guys that come in on the ballot jump right to the front of the line. Happened with me. Happened with Harvick's a lock. He's going in. But he.
But I've had fans tell me that he can wait. Other people have waited long.
Yeah.
No.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. They shouldn't have put me in when they did. I think they could have waited. I would have preferred to have waited, and the Ray Elders, the Randy Dortons. I'm just looking at this list. All those guys that were here a long time ago, they should get in. But a guy like me pops onto the damn ballot and goes right to the front of the line. It's like when you're going, when you're checking in to get your flight, getting your flight ticket or whatever, you're checking your luggage or bagging, getting your luggage tag. You got to wait your turn.
I understand your reason.
Now there are the one guy. There are the Jimmy Johnsons. There are the Dale Earnhardts and the Richard Pettys that you don't make them wait. Guys that have won, multiple championships, like Kyle Busch, right? When he's going in.
Yeah,
we put him in right away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few people, and I would be comfortable saying that I'm one of them that could have. I'm healthy. I'm young. I feel young.
I get your reasoning, but for me, it's like then maybe there's a flaw in how they needed to get rid of some of to get the older people in, figure out a way for voting for a few years where it's more baseball style, where it's 75%. I
know. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do it, but got Randy LaJoy, 2-time NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series champion. He was also the 1985 NASCAR Tour North Tour champion, so he's got more than just those two. And you know what Randy LaJoy reminds me of? You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, man.
And Randy's on there. Man, I'm telling you, one more championship, I think Justin finds his way onto the ballot.
Can we not use Justin's name anymore? I feel so bad that he's been the...
Justin was very thankful to be recognized and to be considered Hall of Fame worthy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's
bad.
Okay.
No,
it's not a bad conversation to be in.
What a compliment.
No, I know, but I didn't know if he took it before his race. He's being.
I just know that on the other side of that glass right there were a few people that you probably be glad you didn't run into in the last few days.
So there's a beer toast for Justin's previous win, not this past weekend.
Thanks for reminding me. Today.
Am I invited to that?
Oh, are you invited? I think you should speak.
Okay.
I might actually call you up
What would you
front.
say?
I don't know.
I might actually call you on up front and say, man,
Yeah,
you got
what are you gonna say?
You got a few words for our guy Justin here. That'd be funny. I won't do that, Travis. Please come to the toast.
All right, I will.
Yeah. But I'm thrilled to see Ray Elder on there. So Ray Elder is a 6-time NASCAR Winston West champion. He is a 6-time NASCAR Winston West champion. Now, I'm looking on the NASCAR website at the modern era ballot. And next to Ray Elder's name, it says 6-time ARCA Menard Series West champion. That is absolutely incorrect. That is misleading information.
It is. It downgrades it.
It absolutely downgrades it.
Like it doesn't.
When Ray Elder was racing in the 70s, it was the NASCAR Winston West Championship, and they were Cup cars. He bought cars from Richard Petty. And when the NASCAR Cup Series would come out to Ontario or Riverside, Ray Elder and the other West competitors would race in that race with the Cup cars. It was a Cup Series. It was a Cup level series.
He's won.
And he won 6 championships in that series. To call it the ARCA Menard Series West is a huge disgrace.
And he won that. He won against them guys a couple times.
I promise you,
right?
this is no disrespect to the ARCA Series.
Yeah.
But back in the 70s, NASCAR didn't even own ARCA.
Oh, it was his own deal for sure.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't even a NASCAR-owned property. And so Ray Elder was basically the West Cup Series champion.
I think they need to. I get when you pay to be the sponsor, but I think we need to leave it as whatever it was when they won it.
Yeah, because this is so confusing and misleading.
It is, yeah. That should say Winston West.
Yeah. And now because I'm afraid this hurts not only Ray's Ray this hurts Ray's reputation, to fans because they read it and go, "Oh, he's ARCA champion." Oh. But he wasn't. He was a Cup Series champion. The Cup Series, NASCAR had 2 divisions. They had the regular Cup, which was on the East Coast, and then they had a West Cup, West Coast Cup Series. They were Cup cars, and of course, the competition was a little thinner for sure, no question. But when we would go out to Riverside and run, and Ray would enter the race, he won it twice. He won Riverside twice. Beat Richard Petty, Cale Yarborough, David Pearson. Beat them.
Big names.
Yeah, and he came to Daytona, running the top 5 in Daytona at the 500, running the top 5 in the in the duels. I mean, he would come out to Daytona for the 500 and hang in there. But I think, I was looking at this list. Let's look at it, TJ. Let's look at it, Travis. You got Kevin Harvick, who is a sure thing. All right. Got a couple of new names, I think, relatively new names. Ernie Elliott, who was part of the Elliott crew when Bill was kicking ass.
Oh, yeah.
Cup Series winning crew chief, victories in the Daytona 500, 2 of those, 2 Southern 500s as well. You had Dan Elliott, who was part of that crew as well. There was Ernie, Dan, and Bill, brothers, man. They were dominant.
They were.
Randy LaJoie, Jack Sprague's been there, 3-time Craftsman's Truck Series champion. I mentioned Ray Elder. Randy Dorton, who is an engine builder, won a ton of championships, tons of wins.
Yes.
Jeff Burton, 21-time Cup Series winner, including Southern 500s, Coca-Cola 600.
21
victories.
Cup wins is a lot of wins.
It's a lot of wins. It's hard to win Cup races. Tim Brewer, who was a badass crew chief, 2-time championship crew chief in the Cup Series. Neil Bonnet, everybody knows Neil, 18-time Cup Series winner. He won consecutive Coke 600 wins. And then Greg Biffle, who was a Craftsman Truck Series champion in 2000, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series champion as well, 2002.
How many wins does Biffle have in the Cup Series? Do you know?
I think it's 16. I don't know why that number
That's a
seems
lot of
about
wins
right.
too, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other night.
19.
there's not a lot of drivers that I can sit there and this.
I'm surprised that they didn't put that in the list.
Yeah.
That's another. Yeah, like they're not helping.
You got
these guys.
Neil. Yeah, you got Neil Bonnet, 18-time winner, and then you got a 19-time winner. They don't even mention.
Yeah, 19
the
Cup
wins.
wins is a lot.
Yeah, I know they got to keep it short, but listen, there's everybody in this list. Everybody in this list, in my opinion, is a Hall of Fame. Is a Hall of Famer. They are. It's strange, ain't it? Because we have a ballot full of guys that I think we all would be perfectly comfortable letting into the Hall.
Yeah.
But we only picked 2 off of this particular ballot. I'm going to pick Kevin Harvick and Ray Elder, but I struggle not to pick Jeff Burton. I mean, I think Jeff Burton belongs in there, not only because Jeff Burton has won races in the Cup Series and done a lot of great things, but he's been an incredible broadcaster for us for over a decade.
He stuck around.
And he's done a lot of things. He does so many things with the driver council, and he plays a lot of different roles, wears a lot of different hats, cares about the sport, so he works behind the scenes with safety, innovation, and all types of things. He was very dedicated to moving safety forward. You know, we had a big push for safety after Dad passed away, and we lost Adam Petty and a few other drivers. There was a big push with safer barriers and all that stuff. Well, once we kind of got to a certain extent, not that people quit trying, but the safety quest, the quest for safety, sort of seemed almost complete. Well, Jeff continued to push it forward, knowing that we continue to further that. And I don't know, man. I think Jeff Burton will get a ton of votes is what I'm going to say. I just feel like Ray Elder should have been in years ago because he is a 6-time champion in the Cup Series in what was the West Cup Series. And doing those things in the 70s in an area in the country, think about this, okay? In the 1970s, NASCAR in general was a very southeastern limited sport. Didn't get a lot of credibility, didn't get a lot of respect, didn't get a lot of attention from the nation as a whole outside of the Southeast. But when we decided to push east or west of the Mississippi, when we decided to push farther west of the Mississippi and have, build Fontana and go out and try to be successful with Texas Motor Speedway. I know we had Texas World in the 70s and 80s and all kind. Those were relatively successful quests, but they failed ultimately. Ontario failed. Riverside went away. Ray Elder was the guy that was out there digging the ditch. And so when we came out there to finally really push west and make this a more national sport, it was successful on the work that Ray Elder and others had done. I love that phrase that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. Ray Elder's one of those guys. We're standing on his shoulders because of the efforts and work that they did. They're just racing. They didn't know what they were, they didn't know what the foundation that they were building for NASCAR, but they were just out there racing. And he's not just he's a 6-time champion in a property that NASCAR has owned forever.
Yeah.
He is not a 6-time ARCA Menard Series champion. He is not. That is incorrect.
I would vote Neil and Ray.
Neil and Ray, you're not going to put Kevin in.
He's going to get in.
Well, you get 2.
I know. That's why I said I would put Neil and Ray in now, because as time goes on, I feel like it fades more.
I know, dude, but I think Kevin's
a lock. But if we
know.
keep pushing these other guys away, it's going to be.
I don't understand your. What am I trying to say?
There's always going to be somebody on this list that's newer and has, you know what I mean? There's always going to be somebody that comes onto this list.
But we can't be.
So you're going to cast a vote for the other 2 guys, even though Kevin's going in?
I know he's going to go in because I feel like.
So who goes in next year?
Well,
Is Kevin going to get in next year? Because are you going to say someone else?
No. I'm just. Let's listen.
I'm saying the more the time goes on, the more we forget about Ray, the more we forget about.
I agree, but I know Ray left the ballot and me and several other people in the room got him back on the ballot. But because I mean, damn, he's a 6-time champion.
Yeah.
In what amounted to in the 70s, the Cup Series in the West.
Well, that's what I mean. We're gonna fade
I
away.
agree. He belongs in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Now, it might not be everyone's opinion.
It's easier to push him away than Harvick. You can't look at Harvick and be like, "That guy don't."
I know, but Kevin's going to get the votes, so I'm going to cast my vote for Kevin because he's in. I'm not going to waste a vote on somebody. I'm going to pick 2 guys that I think should be in there, and Kevin's one of them. So why would you vote if you know, all right, Kevin's going in? So I'm going to put 2 other names down.
Because I feel
I want to know. I want to understand the.
Because I feel like down the road, like if you take you start eliminating some of the other guys that you know are going to be in, like you feel like should be in.
If you think Kevin's going in, why don't you put your vote for him?
Because I still feel like it's so fresh and new, and there's guys that have been doing this for a long time that they're losing their opportunity here. And I feel
but you're not going to change the Kevin vote.
But it might not. Like, I feel like there's less Hall of Famers coming up here in the next handful of years.
Are you kidding me? There's way more.
Well, I mean, recent guys. Like
every year, I think for the next 6 years, there's going to be a new lock. Like Truex is next.
Yeah.
They need to delay how long before we can get in, I think.
I think that's what I kind of
like
mean.
NFL's, what, 5 years?
I think it's something like that for us, isn't it? 4? Something like that.
Maybe.
But I mean, yeah.
I think it is because Harvick would have been on there already.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a worthy conversation. But I'm asking. I often wonder when I'm sitting in the room with other people voting the method to their madness, right? And you have a unique opinion that I'm not going to put a vote for Kevin because he's locked in. I think he gets in. So I'm going to put a vote for 2 other guys that I think belong in there. And you're hoping that both of those votes, one way or another, get one of those guys in, right?
Yeah, probably.
But what if everyone had that idea and then Kevin doesn't get in, who we all believe you included is a lock?
I mean, Kevin's going to get in.
I know, but if everybody applied your plan, then he doesn't ever get the vote.
Well, I mean, he's not like he's going off the ballot. He'll get a chance again and again and again.
But he shouldn't have to wait.
He shouldn't have to wait if
for
he's a lock.
career.
I mean,
that would be a big mistake, I think, if he doesn't get voted in this round. I think it's a misstep, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I wish there was a way that you could.
I wonder how our listeners would vote, right? Because I mean, if you're given that opportunity, right, you're gonna cast your vote for 2 of these drivers, or 2 of these individuals, and they're not all drivers. It'd be fun to see what other people's mentality toward it is, right? Because everybody thinks differently, right? You have your approach, which I'm not saying is wrong. Everybody has a different approach. We're seeing a lot of Biffle, Bonnet, Harvick.
I don't think TJ's stance on making Harvick wait is.
He's not making him wait. I hear TJ. Don't get this wrong, Travis. You done had a rough week. I think what TJ's saying is he believes that Harvick is going in.
Absolutely.
So he's going to put 2 other names.
Yeah, I think, but TJ's not. There's a lot of people. We posted something on Dirty Mo's Twitter account yesterday, asking people who their picks would be, and there's more people than you would think that are saying I'm okay voting someone else other than Harvick.
You're messing up. Harvick's going in.
I'm not.
Well,
I agree with you.
I don't even want to have this debate.
I'm just saying I don't think TJ is out on an
He's
island on this.
He's not saying what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. TJ said he believes that Harvick is going in, so if given the chance to vote, he would put 2 other names that he thinks should also go in. He's not voting against Harvick.
I feel like Harvick's a lock.
He thinks the rest of the people in the room are going to put Harvick in, so he's going to put 2 other names and hope that one of those lands.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Harvick's a lock.
He thinks you're saying Harvick should wait. That's
I know I get what he's saying. I see what he means.
Protect you, Travis. You don't need 2 rough weeks in a row.
Well, you're not like I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're kind of both saying
We're splitting
similar
hairs
things.
here.
Yeah, like
I don't need the.
I want to be
protection.
completely freaking clear on what's being said.
Dale
Yeah.
just doesn't want to be attached to my name.
Harvick is absolutely a lock. He needs to be a lock.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Looking at this social media post that Dirty Mo Media had putting up, a lot of Harvicks, the other names that we're seeing are Biffle, Jeff Burton, Dorton. I mean, Bonnet. You got a lot of dang names there. It's really going to be a toss-up, I think, for the second.
That's
person,
the consensus. I think is who knows who the second one is.
That's right. That'll be a big surprise. I believe that they all deserve it.
Yeah, there's a lot of great names on that list, man.
I would love to see Jeff Burton get in because I love what Jeff has done with his time outside the race car. And I believe that he's impacted the sport positively and continues to do so. I also would love to see Ray Elder get in. And I've been a big Ray fan since way back when I was doing the show back in the day. I learned a ton about his career and his life, and I was like, what? This Winston West dude beat the Cup guys at the Cup race at Riverside. Who is he? What do I need to know about this guy? So
sometimes I feel like some of the names on that list don't get as much recognition because they weren't the drivers.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the crew chiefs and stuff and stuff like that, they don't get as much recognition sometimes because they're not, they didn't get.
Yeah.
But
well, we're going to talk about Lee Pulliam, Rajah, Jesse Love, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott. A lot to talk about.
Massive wreck.
Yep. We had let's get to the Xfinity Series race, or the O'Reilly Series race, right? Let's get into that. Is that good, Trav? You good with that?
Love it.
Let's get into it. Tomorrow's guest for the Dale Jr. Download will be Lee Pulliam. We're going to learn more about Lee. And Lee was racing for Junior Motorsports in the number 9 car this weekend. Had a really good race. Missed a shift or made a mistake on a restart and piled up a ton of race cars on the front straightaway. And he was super embarrassed about that. It took our very own Carson Quapple out of the race entirely, which was a disappointment. But we'll talk about that with Lee tomorrow. Overall, though, just that race played out. Aside from the big pileup on the front straightaway, that race played out very, very cleanly, comparable to most.
Wasn't bad.
Most of the Martinsville races. There's a lot of Martinsville races that are complete shows, and speaking of shows, the Cars Tour had a bit of a one, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the show. I know I'm not. Hey, we're not. We can take it just as well as we can dish it out. And we took it on the chin this week with the Cars Tour. But usually the races at Martinsville for O'Reilly are wild and rough and ugly at the end. This one, outside of that big mistake with the restart where Lee tore the field up, it was the respectable or the expected amount of rough.
Yeah, there was some rough driving, but not like okay, you bumped me, I'm gonna go destroy you. Nobody. Like Austin Hill.
Did you talk to your drivers about making sure they're not the one doing it? Like, it just
we
feels
started that conversation at the beginning of the year. I said, look, this new points deal is going to catch a lot of guys off guard. They're going to continue to race the way they have been for the last couple of years, where they take all the chances going for wins, and they are willing to throw away races because winning matters. And now that's not the case anymore. Winning's good, but finishing and getting points also and doing well throughout the entire season, race after race after race, is very important.
Yeah.
It felt like the drivers understood that.
It seemed like that maybe that had a bit of an influence on the race.
This year's been better.
That's my hope, is that the drivers were like, oh, I got to get to the finish line here. We can't run.
I mean, there was a couple races earlier this year where there was some run-ins, but I think overall the drivers at JRM have been much better working with each other and better teammates.
Yep. It was a good race.
Different strategies played out.
Yeah.
That 30 to go caution in the first stage separated it out.
Yeah.
Guys that didn't have track position pit, cycle to the front.
Yeah.
So that made it interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how Lee Lee got his track position like that and was doing a great job maintaining it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Lee missed a shift. He was going from second to third and made a mistake. And
was it twice?
Well, the first time he got into the chip,
I think he got to neutral or something, and something happened there because he definitely checked up.
Yeah. I mean, the big wreck, yeah, he obviously.
Oh, that one was big, yeah. There was one before where he was on the bottom row.
He just spun the tires on that one and didn't get a good launch. But
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you are, TJ.
Good time,
destroyed.
Yeah.
I know.
Mashed in hood.
What's this Austin Green comment?
Did you not see it?
I never saw it.
I never saw it either until now.
Where'd you see this? I don't want to. You know, I don't want to go after Austin Green unless I know what's going on here.
I mean, I understand Austin's frustration.
Where? Oh, there he is.
He was having a good run, so it's understandable that he was pretty frustrated.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
It just happens, man.
Yeah.
I do agree with. I did see a tweet from Joel Edmonds that said, if he was in Jordan Anderson's car, would I be hammering Lee?
Yeah.
Which is probably true. If he did that in a different car,
I must be biased because I mean, we would be saying, yeah.
We would be hammering him.
I don't know. I mean, we're hammering him here. We're saying he knows he f***ed up. It's all right there in front of us. There's no denying it. There's no hiding from it. I don't know what else we would do to Lee.
I just think people brush it off quicker.
Because he's in a junior motorsports car?
Absolutely.
Okay. I would say this. If I'm a driver and a guy misses a shift, I go over to his car and I say, hey, bud, what was that? And maybe I offer him some advice about what I do to try not to miss shifts. I'm not going to go out and publicly go, damn, that dummy missed a shift, because I might be the dummy next week that misses a shift. I believe in that. I believe that, that karma thing. So, and I mean, Austin Green is a hell of a race car driver. He's doing a lot in this.
He does a lot with little.
He's doing a lot in this car. He's impressing people.
And I do think
I would walk that back just a little bit.
We also do have to remember that,
because I think Austin Green don't have any business talking about Lee Pulliam if you line the statistics up and the accomplishments.
Oh, dude, Lee's list of accomplishments is ridiculous.
Like, what are we doing?
Can we give the drivers a little grace? How quickly after the wreck was this interview, though? Like, I think you're heated.
But you got to remember, this guy, I mean, he's racing for his job.
Yeah, so is Lee. Lee's trying to find an opportunity to turn this into
like,
a little mini career at 37 years old.
But he's not
a
trying.
Guy who didn't. Hell, he ain't trying.
I mean, that's
the
not.
Is in my office yesterday asking me, how in the hell can I get more opportunities? What do I need to do?
That's not how this was portrayed all before. It was a one-off, one time. You're in this opportunity.
Only
go
reason
have fun.
why, look, we only said this is a one-off because we didn't want Lee to think, damn, dude, I'm gonna pour my entire existence into this, and man, it might present opportunity. I didn't want him to set himself up for massive disappointment.
I mean, I get that.
If nothing else happens, and you know why? Went to Richmond many years ago with Josh Berry in that yellow and blue 88 and led laps and ran up front and finished in the top 5, and not one mother called us the next week saying, hey, can Josh come drive my truck? Hey, can Josh come drive our Xfinity car? Hey, we want to sponsor Josh in your car. Nobody. Now, Josh eventually panned out. We kept working. We kept chiseling away at it. He did drive some truck races for some different people. But it was disappointing. And after all of that, it was disappointing that it didn't matter. And so I knew that. Lee doesn't. So I'm going into it going, all right, Lee, this is just, let's just focus on this. Don't give up everything you got going on back home. Don't give up your late model program you got running.
He's got a great deal.
Don't throw away all the livelihood that's happening in your life. But I just, and I get it. Austin Green's a great kid. I love his family. I think Austin Green deserves this opportunity to further himself, and I think he's good enough. But I take exception to the comment because Lee is a multi-time track champion, national champion, Martinsville 300 winner. He's done all the and while that was very embarrassing and see all those cars destroyed on the front straightaway, is his very first rally race. And he's just, running up front trying to win the race. Up.
I don't really hold this against Austin though, because he's pissed off.
Look, I'm absolutely biased. Look,
well, you're definitely biased.
Yeah. I'm biased. I get it. I'm biased.
I mean, I'm still pissed off. I'm kind of Austin Green's side.
If I'm Austin,
what do you tell
if I'm Austin Green, I probably say the same thing. I probably do. All right, I probably do.
I will say though, like from the other side though,
I hate being biased. I hate it because I try really hard not to be.
Like from the other side, like we got it takes Carson out of the race, which kind of sucks because that's like.
I know.
You're a driver, and
I'm sitting on the pit box watching Carson, who I want to win so badly.
I know, yeah.
With a destroyer, he's out, and I've got to get on the radio to Lee and go, "Shake it off, man. Keep digging. That shit. Keep going. Don't let that bother you." You know how hard it is to have those two things going on inside your head at the same time.
It's tough wearing hats.
I don't mean this in the wrong way. You don't really give a what happens to Lee. You're worried about the one car. You want the one car to win. You're working your ass off.
I don't want Lee's car to I don't want to get destroyed, but
I'm just saying, you don't care about the rest of Lee's day. You're wanting that one car to win. Like, I've got 5 of them out there. I'm being ripped into pieces emotionally.
I love it.
You got the 7 just driving through the field. He's dominating. You're trying to tell Lee, hey, man, you really ain't got a shot at this. Just kind of get her home here. Let's get a top 5 and be happy about it. Nobody's going to beat the 7 today. But Lee believes in his heart, if I do this just right, I can hold them off, And then you got the 7 with the radiator or the 1 with the radiator knocked out of it.
Yeah.
Who's, with Rodney Childers, a literal legend on the pit box.
Yeah.
You got Raja going at Jesse.
Yeah, you got Raja getting turned around in the corner off of Brent Cruz. You ain't even got Brent Cruz here. You got Jesse Love and Raja. Cruz.
What's Cruz doing?
Well,
turning him?
Love and Jesse Love and Brent Cruz are pals. So
he's fighting his fights for him.
He's fighting his fights for him, I suppose.
And Jesse, I went back and watched the race. Me and Carson went back and watched the whole race. Jesse was a little rough on some guys early too.
Jesse doesn't realize. Here's the thing about Jesse. Jesse drives the way he doesn't like to get driven.
Exactly, but I love Jesse. He's great.
I like Jesse too, and I don't want it to be. I don't want to give him the wrong idea, but
yeah,
dude. And honestly, Jesse races hard, and there's nothing wrong with it. But when it comes back around,
he don't like it.
And especially at Martinsville, like, damn, you're supposed to get run into. I would go to Martinsville, and I want Jesse and everybody to hear this. I would go to Martinsville looking forward to getting run into. We go to all these other racetracks. When I was driving, we had steel bodies, right? You go to Kansas and Chicago and road courses and all these tracks. You can't touch no body. If you barely bend the quarter panel, you're
yeah.
You couldn't touch nothing. So I couldn't wait to go to Martinsville, and I'm like, please door me. Somebody put some donuts on this motherfucker. Let's go.
That explains a lot.
Yes. I mean, we'd get 100 laps in the race, and Letarte would come on the radio and go, dude, you got 400 laps to go. Can we save some race car? Because I'd have both sides lit up.
Nothing like flooding the sheet metal market here.
You feel alive.
I loved it. And when a guy got loose under me and knocked me, hit me in the left side door, it was, it's what I went to Martinsville to expect.
At the time, it did not make you happy.
Yeah, but I mean, you want it.
No, I know. Yeah.
You're looking forward to grinding your teeth. You're like,
you're looking forward to being the guy. You're looking forward to dirtying the right side up, not the left side.
But yeah, but I mean,
Are you looking forward? You want to get hit first, so then it gives you the freedom to go back, Adam?
I just went to those races going, I'm ready to trade some sheet metal. I'm not gonna spin a guy out. I'm not gonna ruin somebody's day. But if I knock your ass, if I run into the side of your car, take it like a man. Let's go. You want to give it back to me in the next corner, fine. But it's it's eye for an eye. Don't be a idiot and take me out. I'm not going to take you out. Now I don't want it to escalate.
That's when it gets carried away.
It doesn't need to escalate. But do I want to hit? Do I want to hit? Do I want to trade bumpers? Do I want to get out of my car and see the story of the race written all over the sheet metal? Yes. Yes, I do. And I want it on both sides. It was fun. And now these guys that get all bent out of shape when somebody gives them a little donut off the corner. He hit me.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really see a lot. I mean, Raj definitely sent Jesse up the track one
well,
time. But
listen, I told Rajah at the end of the day that he should have handled that better. He knows he should have. And I loved how him and Jesse Love hashed it out. They talked it out. They got away from the crew chiefs and handled it, right? Good deal. I told Rajah, I said, man, we talked. This is what we talked about at the start of the season. Let's not go. Pause it right there. Let's not go into these races and throw away chunks of points over in emotion, right? And so that's kind of what Rajah did. Is he let it get the best of him, and he got over his skis a little bit in the last couple of corners, and he ended up getting himself spun out. And here's a drives down into turn 3.
That's deep.
Yeah. He's
it's
way
a little too
over
much.
his head.
That's too much.
It is. He's way over his head. The 2, I would be absolutely furious because the 2's now 3 wide. The 2 is losing several spots.
How do you handle Brent Cruz if you're Rajah now? You know what I mean? Like, how do you handle that?
What do you mean?
Like, the guy.
Oh, how do you handle Brent Cruz if you're Rajah?
Yeah.
I think you got to go have a conversation about that.
Because that's pretty cheap.
Well, I mean, Brent Cruz, I know what Brent Cruz thought. He said he just saw Rajah do that to the 2 in the corner before, and that's like for a lot
after the race, he
Let
went
me
up to
finish.
Jesse. He's like, hey, man, I did that for you.
Do you know that for a fact?
Oh, I'm sure. You said they're buddies.
Well, hold on a sec. Let's not just throw that out.
No, that's hell of an accusation.
Yeah, let's.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing he's like, yeah,
Let's-
Let's dial that one back.
All right, take it out or whatever.
We're
My
not taking.
God.
We're not. No, I don't know if we take it out. We'll have to have a conversation about taking that out. That's a pretty good one.
Leave it in there. It doesn't matter to me.
Listen. This is what I know. I know what Brent was thinking, and I've seen this. I've actually maybe done this. You'll see a driver do something foolish, and that's what Rajah did going down into turn 3. He got in there too hot, way up the racetrack. You see that, and you go, that's like a free pass to do something, do something egregious to that driver. You're like, hey man, if you're going to be a wild man, you better be able to take it, right? And
I
so
agree.
I think Brent went down in the corner and went, I just seen what you did. So how you like this? How you like how's
He
this?
one-upped it.
He did. I don't know if he meant to spin the 88 around. He probably hoped maybe he just knocks the 88 up the track and he's just grabbing another spot because he watched the 88 knock somebody up the track the lap before or the corner before. So, I mean, that's the mentality I think a driver has, and you're at the end of the race. This has been a long race. You've seen a lot of shit. You've been in a lot of shit. Like you're up to here with all the shenanigans. And that's the time, I think, that's the vulnerable time in the race where you as a driver, if you're Rajah, you can't get
It's easy to overstep.
out of control because guys have had it, and it's now gloves are off. The last couple of corners, you remember we used to go to. I don't know if you were spotting for me back in the Bud days. You weren't, but
I did the last 10.
we went to Sonoma, and we would go to Sonoma, and if there was a late yellow, and there was going to be 3 or 4 laps to go, you would see half a dozen guys, 8, maybe 10,
Tires are huge.
get spun the out. Just just blatantly just dumped in the corners. Like I'm sitting there running 20th in a race at Sonoma, and you would just pick up multiple spots in the last couple of laps because everybody's just like had it. And they're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with you. I didn't like how you drove me in the last corner. Guess what? Your ass is going in the tires.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're going in the sand trap. And, man, you're just driving around there, free spot.
Sonoma was good because it slide off the racetrack, too.
Yeah, trying not to be the guy that got dumped, right? And I dumped Stacy Compton. I was like, hell yeah, I'll take a spot. Here's one more. Knock Stacy Compton out of the way. Stacy Compton didn't do And
It's a big dude.
well, I didn't have to worry about him. He's over in the sand trap. He's a half a mile away. By the time I got to the garage area, Chad Knaus was crew chief in his car, and Chad come up to the car after the race and was like, what the And I'm like, hey, man, everybody was doing it, What am I going to say?
Do you have any issues with crew chiefs going up to drivers like we saw?
Nah, not really. I mean, he just Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. No, I don't. And I, look, I'm glad Jesse Love was like, "Hey, let's just sell this over here. This ain't going anywhere." That's
actually
very wise, very
yeah,
mature, really mature. And so, and they were able to talk it out. And I really hope that Jesse and Rajah can race each other well the rest of the season. I'm sure they can. And I don't mind a crew chief coming up in that context. They're in the garage. They're not in somebody's pit box. They're not at somebody's hauler. This is a neutral site. Danny can come up and say whatever he wants to say. If Danny wants to say things, then, Danny's going to live with whatever that, the repercussions from that are, and it is what it is. Yeah. I didn't understand what he was saying something about tightening the belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only thing is then, like, whoever,
what do you think he was trying to convey there? What was his line? You better tighten them belts.
They're going to come after him.
Oh.
He's a big safety advocate.
My issue was that, like, you're going to come over.
He just was like,
safety first.
By the way, before I had this argument with you, I just want to remind you, man, to keep those belts tight. Now.
What are you doing?
Now I'm very upset about.
Big safety guy.
My favorite part is Raja can't hear anything, so he just keeps saying, huh? So he has to keep saying it over and over again. That's the great defense mechanism.
Yeah, I thought it was a good Jesse.
I love my man Pat on our car.
I had an issue with, you're telling him to walk away. He's by his car, Danny. You walked over there. Pat has every right to stand his ground.
Danny doesn't even know where he's at.
Yeah.
Danny's so mad, he don't even know where he's at.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Why are you beside your car? Get out of here. Get away from your car.
That was my
I need
issue.
to make sure them belts are up to date.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. Walk up to him. Make sure your belts are up to date, buddy. Make sure.
Belt inspector.
Yeah. That tickled me. I don't know why it's so funny. I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty silly. But I love my guy Pat sticking up for his driver. He's Pat's our guy.
I like the emotion though after the race. So
Pat's a future crew chief, super duper leader. Love that he didn't care. Pat is disappointed. The thing I loved about it is this, and Rajah should appreciate this. Rajah just tossed 10, let's say 10, minimum 10 points in the trash can, right? Something we don't want to do, something we can't do for this.
Yeah, it's preventable.
Pat knows that, but still, in that moment, Pat's like, this is my driver. I'm going to be here.
Yeah. And
so that was pretty cool. Because your team, that's when you got good culture in your team, is when you up and they still like, hey, we know you up, but we got you. And that's the way that instantly, that's how I remember Kirk Shelmerdine, all those guys talking about Dad. They were like, yeah, we know sometimes he actually wrecked the out of this guy, but we were going to fight. We were going to fight for him if it came to blows, And so that's good culture.
Like, we've had a couple bad weeks, like Atlanta got wrecked and then got kind of taken out here. But I will say that, like, having Rodney is a great example on how to lead the team, because everyone kind of feeds off the crew chief and driver a lot. You know what I mean? The rest of the team. And the way Rodney handles these situations helps the team a lot as well.
Yes. Well, we went around and around on this O'Reilly's race. Let's move on to the Cup. Dirty Mo Media, Junior Motorsports, and I have a new partner this year, and we couldn't be more excited about this. A lot of y'all may have heard. Arby's has come on board, and we're loving every second of it. And Arby's has entered the chat with a meal deal that raises the bar for value. Introducing the new meat and 3 box for $7.99 that's filled with Arby's quality favorites. Each meat and 3 box includes your choice of one sandwich: the classic roast beef that is hand sliced and slow roasted, the crispy chicken sandwich, or you can go with the crispy fish sandwich. All this comes with the melty mozzarella sticks, some crispy curly fries, everybody loves those, and a peach cobbler roll for dessert, guys. You got to try that dessert. It's really good. And you get a small drink. It's called Meat and 3, but you're actually getting 5 items, all for only $7.99. Nobody out there is giving you this much value for your money. This is a value meal that won't leave you hungry. You don't have to settle for less when you get more from Arby's. Available for a limited time at participating locations while supplies last. Prices may vary. Get your meat and 3 box at an Arby's near you today. Massive crash. You know what? I watched the Cup race, but I'll be honest. Let's get a video of this crash up on the board. I want to see a little bit better. I didn't really look at this too much. I know that Freddie was trying to blame Bubba for what happened. So Bubba's up the track right here, coming off turn 2, back down on the bottom behind Hocevar.
People had been making that move on restarts.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Sent Hocevar in the
just
corner.
hang on.
Damn.
Here we
Bam,
go.
bam, 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 bam. And he just drove through him. What did Bubba say? I mean, just looking at that particular replay, it looks like Bubba just drove through him. Was Bubba getting shoved from behind?
No, I think the previous I think Hocevar had gotten into him before.
There ain't nobody near
That
him.
shot right there was, I didn't like what you did.
Bubba is not getting hit.
God.
Oh, we're so close to getting wrecked right now.
Oh.
It's very similar to, like, we're talking about Raja, like, with Bubba, you're not having a great day, but, like, you let your emotions get the best of you, and you just took a bad day and made it worse.
Yeah. I think he owned it, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he owned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I saw his frustration because most of the day, all the Cup guys were playing pretty good down into 1. Nobody was really making that move because when somebody goes to the bottom 3 wide, a lot of times somebody gets turned on the outside, and it's kind of preventable, but I'm not surprised to see when I saw the 77 jump down there. You kind of know when people like that are lining up behind you that that's an option.
Yes.
So,
well,
yeah, he said he didn't mean to turn Hocevar, which
I mean, yeah,
sure.
I agree. I mean, he wrecked him.
it's kind of hard not to say. He didn't mean to turn him.
He wrecked him. He didn't. He. I think what he's trying maybe to say is that he realized he up.
Yeah.
This is the problem. So, if we looked at the points, I think coming out of Atlanta or somewhere along the line, Bubba was second to his teammate.
He dropped 8 spots.
Yeah, he is.
In 2 races, 2 last places, right?
I don't have it printed out here.
I forgot this week.
Yep,
I think he's got 2 last places in a row.
So Bubba is now
8th, or somewhere in that area.
He dropped 8 spots to 11th.
Yeah, he's in a dude. So there it is. So Bubba has Bubba was behind his teammate in second at one point, maybe 70, 80 points out, and now he is 147 points out. But now he is tied with Brad in 8th, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher. So this 11th looks a little bit worse than it really is. He's actually tied for 8th, wouldn't you say?
It's a lot worse than second.
7th is 141.
He's
so
6 points out of 7th. But still, he's gave up, let's say, roughly 60, 70 points to Tyler over the last handful of races. So just that, to me, is a great example of why this points system is going to be so much fun, because if your driver burns out a fuse or short circuits in a moment like that, this is what it can lead to, and Bubba can claw his way back into this with some great work, and he's capable of doing that. But I love being able to watch that points week after week. I love that now at the end of every broadcast, it's important for us to put the points on the board and see what's changed.
Yeah.
And that is a fun thing that we used to have that went away, and now it's back, and I don't want to look at that. Yep.
So this point system that shows you that, like, consistency pays off.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, you can't, like you said, you can't afford them low. Like,
consistency should matter, and it's a big part of what's going on. Denny lost the race. Had it won.
Yeah, he was going to have a
dominating
big points day.
Yep.
Still got more points than Chase, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but one bad restart.
You know, and this is one of the races where, watching it back, I'm okay with the winner not getting the most points. Chase didn't get any stage points that I recall.
He didn't.
No.
Right?
55 was for the win.
If you ain't, and then so at the end of the day, Denny gets more points and walks out of there. I could care less.
Yeah. I promise you, Chase is still pretty happy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, as a fan,
I agree.
it changes nothing for me.
No.
I mean, it could have been
with everything that Denny did all day and everything that Chase didn't do. in terms of the points. It weighed out the way it should have. You think Denny spun his tires on the restart? He say so?
He said he did. Yeah.
And that was the difference maker?
Because then the caution comes out for Bubba's wreck, and Chase had just been scored at second place.
Yeah.
So then on the next restart, Chase is starting next to Ross, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So I know he spun his tires and all that good stuff. But the story of Chase's win is the strategy from his team and Allen. They just,
Hail Mary.
Well, not really a Hail Mary. Honestly,
I mean,
it wasn't. If it didn't pan out, I think it still was a net positive for Chase.
I don't think we'll know, honestly, but
Yeah.
I don't. If it was supposed to be the better strategy, and that was like the last run of the day, then I feel like there would have been more people doing it.
Well, why don't we ask him? He's right here, the driver of the number 9, the winner this weekend at Martinsville. Thanks for joining us today, man. I know you're busy and out there in Georgia. It is a beautiful, beautiful state. Love your area. Been out there to visit a time or two, and know you got a lot of cool things to do this week before you get back at it. But me and TJ were just having a conversation about the choice to come to pit road so early. Let's just hypothetically wonder what happens if that race continues to play out and we don't and you get this yellow that like makes that move really, really great. Right now you're in the top 3, top 2, and you got a shot with some great pit work to get out here and win the race. Maybe if that race continues to go green, do you think it's still a net positive to come early?
I think so, and I think that it was getting better too because everyone ended up shorting themselves even more than they were intending. They're going to have to run 100 and some odd laps. If I'm not mistaken, there was still about 100 and something to go, and everybody pit. Everybody else pit. So that would have been the longest run of the day, right? And who knows where that would have netted out. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the odds of the race going green at Martinsville completely in the last stage are next to none. So I think that's why no one was doing the 2-stop strategy because, at some point in time you are going to be exposed, right? So I think you try and avoid that exposure throughout the course of that second stop because, who knows? You're going to go a lap down, you're going to go 2 laps down, you're going to have a bunch of time to make back up, and there's certainly exposure involved in that. So, but I felt like the way it was trending, man, I thought it was going to work out really good either way. But I could be totally wrong on that.
Yeah. Do you think you guys improved the race car? I know that clean air is really important. But Denny had been so good all day long. When he was out front, he was pretty comfortable in terms of putting some distance between him and the rest of the field. But, man, once you got the lead, you were just a faster race car. Had y'all improved the car some throughout the day?
I do think that we had gotten better, throughout the course of the day. And, I think, and I had told Alan probably sometime around halfway, I was like, man, I really don't hate my balance. I actually feel like we've made it a lot better, especially for the traffic that we were in. I was just kept telling him, I'm like, man, I wish I could just control my run. I wish I could just have the opportunity to get into a spot where I'm not, running super hard at the beginning, or, I can kind of do what I want for just a little while to kind of make it live a little better. And sure enough, he gave that to me. So, man, I don't know how many times I've asked for that and not gotten that given to me, but boy, it was great to have that given to us. So fortunately, yes, we had gotten our car better. We'd been working on it in pretty big swings throughout the early portion of the race, and got it into a really respectable spot where when he did give me my wish list item that I never get given, it was good enough to be able to manage that run the way we needed to, and just have enough.
How do you work on the relationship, driver to crew chief? That this is a long one, and you guys had a ton of success. It's noisy out there. I know you're not too aware of all the things that go on in the internet and the social media world, but it's tough, I think, to keep relationships like this productive over the course of a long period of time, and it gets harder and harder as things change in society and so forth. But you guys seem to have a belief in each other that's steadfast, and it doesn't seem to waver one bit.
Man, it really hasn't. And, I wish I could tell you what the special formula was for that. I don't know that there is really any one thing. I think that, truthfully, I think it all kind of started with just a lot of respect. And you know this, when you come into the sport and you're a young guy and you don't know nothing and you don't deserve any respect, but somebody that has been there for a long time, in a lot of different cases, would very easily look down on someone who doesn't have any experience, that doesn't have all the answers, or doesn't, have any idea what they're getting themselves into, right? And I think for me, it was the exact opposite from him. It was a lot of respect. It was, we're not going to do this my way. We're going to do this our way. How can we figure out how to make this the best for us? And I sensed just a large amount of respect from a guy who had really put in a lot of time before me that I didn't feel like he had to give me at that time. And to me, that just set us up for success from the beginning, from just a relationship standpoint, not saying we were going to light the world on fire, but just that I thought, man, this can work. Because as soon as a young guy receives that type of respect, well, what do you want to do back? I want to give him all the respect in the world that I have to give, because, that's how he's treated me. And that's really how it's been since the beginning. So our working relationship is super simple, and I think that's a lot of it. Is it just started off on the right foot?
Yeah.
So let me ask a quick question. So at the end of the race, Chase, I got a question for you. Were you at all I actually thought Denny had the best car all day, dominated, was going to be able to kind of hassle you a little bit. And honestly, man, he couldn't even really get close to you. And I kept looking, and I'm like, dang, Chase is now starting to pull away a little bit here. Did it kind of surprise you that he couldn't really hassle you at all or get to you?
Yeah, I mean, I knew he had been good. I mean, honestly, I hadn't been around him. I knew he had led a bunch of the race, but I had not seen him firsthand until, the cycle started happening. He had just passed me back, before that caution came out. But we were way different on tires at that point. So I really wasn't sure what to expect out of him late in the run. I was thinking that he was going to make a charge at some point, and I was trying to manage my run accordingly. And fortunately, it was just good enough. I do think we had room to be better too. My car did different things out front that it had not done all day, because we hadn't seen a lick clean air. So, I do think there was room to be better. But yeah, I was really proud of the way we managed that last run. Yes, the call was great and all those things, but I thought the way we executed the final pit stop, the final restart,
you said earn it.
And executed that last run, I really thought was something to be proud of. And, to do it against him, man, he sets the standard there of the people that are still in the series, in my opinion. So, really cool to be able to outduel him when the opportunity presented itself, and enjoyed racing him, and he kept me honest, and had to be as perfect as I could be for those especially the last 20, and I thought it was all managed really well, so was proud of that effort.
Yeah. How's victory lane at Martinsville?
Man, it's good. They got a new clock. Did you hear about the new clock manufacturer?
Yes.
Dale knows.
I know.
I saw a display. I didn't know it was for a new clock.
It looks pretty good.
I thought it looked really cool too, honestly. So evidently that was the first one. So they changed clock manufacturers over the winter, and that was the first one of the new manufacturers. So I thought that's kind of cool.
Why not win that one?
Do you eat the hot dog?
No, I don't. I don't partake in that activity. I think I tried one when I was a kid, and that was enough for me. So I'm not in on that.
I was there Saturday. I think I had 6.
God dang.
They're so good.
Boy. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, man.
I was pretty dang hungry after that race, though. I honestly thought about it, and that's saying something.
Damn, all right. Hey,
He considered a hot dog.
so
Yeah.
I love the new point system. I love talking about it, and I love looking at the points and seeing how certain days are affecting certain drivers and how this thing's playing out. It's really checking all the boxes for me, and what I really loved about the sport back in the day. And I know you were part of that conversation, especially when the announcement was made. It's early in the season. I don't think you're probably staring at points too much, but with your consistency that you guys have and have shown over the past couple of years, you got to be feeling pretty happy or confident in your ability to make this point system work in your favor.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's a great format. I really do, and it's been super interesting. I think the biggest difference in this version of the Chase versus the one I remember, like in 2011. Tony Stewart won 50% of the last 10 races that year. He beat Carl on a tiebreaker at Homestead. And what blows my mind about that is, Carl ran consistent enough he still tied him. He tied him at the end, but didn't have the wins. Man, if a guy wins 50% of the final 10 races in this deal, he's going to have a 100-point lead like Tyler has right now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty different now. Like it's similar, but it's different in a lot of ways. And you better be running good. You better be winning. You're going to have to be lights out for those last 10, because a win is worth an awful lot amount of points. And so I'm curious to see how all that plays out. But from our standpoint, I'm just excited to have a win this early. Like, I know that seems like really silly, but man, we've never won a race this early in the year.
Yeah, you got out of the car and said that. Had that been something y'all talked about that morning? Why was that so top of mind?
No, it dawned on me, pretty quickly. I was like, man, I'm usually miserable through this part of the year, like, man, this is great. we gotta win early. So yeah, I guess it's just something that I've wanted to accomplish personally. Like, it's not something we have prioritized. Like, we always want to win, but it just hadn't worked out that way.
Yeah. Definitely.
So it was really cool, because it gives you it's not like, oh, the pressure's off. Like, not at all. It's actually the opposite. I look at it like, man, we have a great runway now to build on this. Like, you have way more time to make this better, and to keep trucking. So that part's really cool, and not a place that we've been in. So I'm excited for that chance to try and build on it and, make it better.
You're going to go play a round of golf today?
I am. I'm fired up too. I can't wait.
What is the handicap?
Oh, it's not good. It's not. I mean, I suck. Don't get me wrong. I'm like I don't know, 12, 13, somewhere in there.
That's pretty good. I mean,
nah,
I wouldn't call that bad. You haven't seen me play.
Yeah. Well, it's just bad. Like, if you go play with Blaney and some of those guys, like, he's pretty good. And the one I was gonna say the one that I'm not sure if you've heard about or not, but Scotty is.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like really good. So when you go play with those guys, they make you feel really dumb. So I'm trying to work on my game a little bit, so I can at least go and
Willie B was
halfway compete.
Willie B was asking me if he should buy a simulator for his house.
I think he should.
That's what I
told
him.
Sure.
I said, what are you going to do? Sit on this money? Go ahead.
Go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
Be good. Good and healthy. And yeah, I think he should. He didn't ask me my opinion, so I'm glad he asked you.
I told him, I said, I bought a simulator like 10 years ago, and we talked about prices and this stuff. I said, if you wait, it's just getting more expensive every year. So
oh, yeah.
Now.
True story.
Yeah.
Nothing's gotten cheaper. That's for certain.
Yeah. Well, have fun. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, man.
We always really appreciate it, because we know we're asking you guys to step out of your normal lives and give us a little bit of time this morning. Have fun on the course today, and maybe we'll see you back here next week.
Yeah, man. No, I enjoyed it. Appreciate it. Always enjoy hanging out. So thanks for having me.
Well, we got some insight there on the race. And
good insight.
Yeah. As much as I want to give Denny Bros and Travis a hard time, Denny ran a hell of a race, man.
Denny did a good job.
I felt almost bad for Denny. having been, just because he's been so dominant.
Yeah, and just can't.
The whole race. But he's, dude. He's
he almost swept the weekend. Pole.
Look, we know.
We get it, Travis.
We get it.
Good Lord. You also wrecked Ryan Blaney. Jesus.
But he's got a ton of freaking clocks. He ain't got nothing to worry about.
I mean, you could always get another one, though.
I know, but yeah.
Maybe he would have given it to me.
Oh, God.
You wish.
I'm joking.
Yeah. You're just putting fuel on the fire, aren't you?
No.
Jeez.
You're fanning the flames.
I got 2 of them, Travis.
You're fanning the flames of the haters.
Hey, whatever it takes.
All right. I think you like it. So, there was a comment, speaking of Denny Hamlin. He had a comment, I guess, after the race with Jeff Gluck, or maybe it was on his podcast yesterday about the caution laps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was on the podcast.
On the podcast, yep. He was talking about a conversation around the cautions for the caution laps, I think, for the stage breaks, but it could have been just any caution. And listen, I own a series, and I understand, like, we are in a rush trying to get back to green flag as quick as possible. There's a lot of scoring things that have to happen throughout the caution. So I guess I understand NASCAR's position on trying to get back to green, and I know they're not dragging their feet, but I replied to this comment. I think Jeff Gluck made the post, and I replied to the comment, and I don't really have a problem with the length of cautions in a general part of the race where it's a natural yellow, right? Now, some natural yellows are longer than others, and they're frustrating. I'll be in the race car, what the f*** are we doing? And they'll bring you to the hauler and say, well, there was everywhere, and you didn't know that. We were fixing this and fixing that, and you didn't know that. So that's why we were taking so long. And so NASCAR's usually got a good reason why a caution is what it is. My comment, and I think some of Denny's points too, was the length of the stage break cautions. And I know fans are going to easily jump right on this and say, just get rid of them. But let's all talk about the realistic possibilities of that. That is not a solution. Let's just assume, NASCAR's not just going to get rid of stage cautions. They're just not.
No.
Yeah. So let's not even have that conversation because it's just wasting, I think, time. So, but what can we do to shorten them up? And what could we do? So my problem really is that it eats into the next stage. So stage 1 caution comes out, and we'll be at some of these races with the trucks in Xfinity or O'Reilly. We'll be at some of these races with them, and they'll be having like 40-lap stages.
Yeah. The Pocono trucks run almost just over 10 laps.
Pocono's the perfect example. They eat into like 20% of the stage with the caution. And that, to me, I just don't know why that doesn't signal real concern, right? Of like, no, we shouldn't be doing that, right? We can't. Look, the stage cautions are manufactured yellows. They are what they are. They're not a real caution. They're brought out because it's implemented by the sanctioning body. And that yellow, since it's their responsibility and they are the reason why we're having it, right? They're putting it on us as a fan, right? Watching the race. All right, we got a caution. Okay, we understand what you're doing. It shouldn't eat into some of the other, the remaining part of the race, right? It shouldn't.
So what are you suggesting?
I made the comment, it's like taking product off the shelf. You know what I mean?
It is. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think we gotta.
Do we just not
count
stage
yellows?
break cautions?
Not count the yellows? Then I don't know what you do because you got teams. Teams are going to say, well, we got all this data, that we got all these computers, we're running all these programs to do fuel mileage. NASCAR has scoring systems that would probably go 8 if you were to be scoring this caution lap and not this caution lap. And I don't know. I don't know what the technical challenges are with that. I don't. And maybe there are none. But I don't like the idea that the stage break caution takes 20% off of the next stage. And Pocono is the perfect example of that because the stages are so short in the truck race or an O'Reilly race at some of these events. They do use up a good chunk of stage 2 or stage 3.
Well, the Cup race is 80 laps a stage.
Yeah.
In the beginning of that race, and the second one's
Starts at
70.
Yeah.
Close to 70.
There was 96 caution laps in the O'Reilly race.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
For
and
a
then
250
there was
lap
even
race.
a red flag at the end, but
Dang. Yeah, I mean, I have a series, the Cars Tour race. We had a very similar issue this weekend with a lot of cautions. Drivers were driving like maniacs, running over each other. We had yellow after yellow after yellow, and we had a lot of yellows. And so I understand the series is not in an easy spot, but there are the stage break yellows for sure are too long. We're waiting on the caution comes out. You know, we're making sure that we're on TV to see the pit stops. We're making sure that, you know, we're opening pit road and doing this and all these. There's just added laps that are that's got to. And I have to assume that NASCAR has had this conversation internally, and they just can't come to a solution that's better than what we have.
What's in it? Do you want to get rid of? Do you want commercials during green flag? Would be the if you.
I've never had a problem with commercials during green flag. I haven't.
So in the Cup race, the caution came out before the end of the stage at 77. We went.
So you had to. So that presents an entirely new problem, TJ, that we need to point out. The caution sometimes comes out a couple laps, 4 laps or so before the stage break, and so we just roll through it.
They should just call it there and let's go to pit road and let's.
Yeah, it's just so strange to me that we go, well, we can't go back to green because it's so close to the stage. So this is the official end of the stage, but we're just going to run the caution laps to the stage. Now we're going to go through the whole process.
Guess what lap we went back green on?
What lap?
96.
So how many laps was that?
19.
19 caution laps?
I mean, we went yellow on lap 77, green on 96.
I would like if they just listen.
What race was this?
Cup race.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Like you go.
That's all.
That is not okay.
The stage ends early. Start the second stage. Make these teams adapt.
Well, I mean, I'm okay if there's 2 laps. Lap 77, you're going to run 2 laps to get to the end of the stage. I'm fine. But, like, what are you doing after?
No, I'm saying, like, if you're going to call a caution but 2 laps before the end of the stage, end it there.
Yeah,
and let's open up. Let's not drive around for 2 laps. And if that means stage 2 starts 2 laps sooner,
so
adapt.
ARCA does a halfway break at these tracks where there's no caution. If it's a 100-lap race and the caution comes out at like 45, they say, all right, this is the halfway break right now. You're saying do that with the stages. Like, if it's within 5 at the end of the stage, that's the end of it.
Boom. There it is. And let's get pit road ready and let's go. Like, that's just my take.
Yeah. I mean, all I can say is Denny's right.
Oh, easy now. Travis is going to
be
excited.
All I can say is, look, I don't want to pile on NASCAR. Yeah, Denny's right. That is absolutely not acceptable. And we got to have some serious my opinion is that I'm sure NASCAR has had. I mean, this isn't a new issue.
Yeah,
this ain't a new issue, and I'm sure NASCAR's had some internal conversations, and I'm just assuming that they haven't been able to find an alternative solution. And again, if they were sitting here, they would probably tell us very good reason why they have it the way they have it, even though we don't love it. We don't love 19 laps of yellow. There's probably really, really good reason why it went that way or it happens that way. And their stick-to-itiveness to adhere to their protocols, and but it's still frustrating.
Yeah,
to have to sit there and I just want them to go back racing.
Yeah.
All right. So I mentioned the Cars Tour. We had a rough one, man. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I'm doing a recap that I'm going to give to Flo here later. I'll be putting up a little recap, and I am not looking forward to doing this. I do recaps for Flo for all the Cars Tour race, and this is just one race where I don't really want to do it. We went to Wake. Wake is a bull ring.
Tiny.
We've had good races there. No question. No reason why we couldn't go back and have another one. It's short. We thought long and hard about adding laps. And so we decided instead of 125, we'd run 175. we've stopped for fuel before if we thought we needed to save the teams. And so it was probably absolutely something that we needed to do in this particular race, but we didn't. And cars began to run out of gas, more yellows. It just drug out. It was a lot of rough moments in that race.
Were the teams that ran out, were they full to start the race?
That's, you would like to think that they were because it's a 175-lap race. All of them ran out for the most part in about the same amount of time, within a lap or two of each other. So you're more than likely everyone's pretty packed up. Here's the way it goes. So here's a somewhat of a recap. The race was rough. The drivers were out of control. We've got a bit of a problem with respect on the racetrack. That's putting it lightly. We need to race down in the corner and not drive up underneath everybody's rear bumper bar and shoving them up the racetrack at every opportunity, because it escalates. More and more people see it. More and more people start doing it. The next thing you know, you got the whole field driving that way.
It's the standard.
And then we have what escalated into an intentional wreck by Doug Barnes on Minnie Tyrell. Now, Minnie was just as guilty because of his role in escalating it. They ran over each other for 4 or 5 corners, and it became something that was entertaining, became ugly and unfortunate for both guys. Then we had all of the fuel issues. The Cars Tour should have brought all the teams down pit road when they started to recognize we got to a certain number of laps. That's on us. We got to get them on pit road, put fuel in them to avoid what ended up happening, which was cars running out of gas every now and then, and we probably had, I don't know, half a dozen yellows that could have been avoided.
Yeah.
There were some, there was just some things that the Tour didn't do well from a race control standpoint. It wasn't our best night at all. Wasn't the best night for the drivers at all either. I think we all equally, as a series, share responsibility on what type of event we have every single week.
It was entertaining still, so
Thank you. We have 1, maybe 2 races that seem to go this way every year. I believe in the people that we have in place in the Tour to make sure the Tour can be great. I believe in those folks, and I think that they can get it right. We want to get that 1 or 2 race down to 0. We don't, in terms of the show that we had Saturday, we kind of want to get that, get those out of the series entirely. But it's an all-in kind of thing. It takes all of us. And if the drivers are out there running over each other and creating unnecessary yellows and destroying bumper bars and rocker panels and race cars, and our veterans that are in the series are destroying their cars because of these mistakes or these miscues, and getting frustrated, it's going to add caution laps. It's going to put us in a window where we're now having to force ourselves down pit road to add fuel. It's going to force the series to have to do things and decisions like that they don't want to make, that they don't normally make.
Does adding fuel make a real hard scenario for you guys?
Adding fuel coming down and stopping the cars and putting fuel in is not a real issue in terms, it doesn't really change much. Now, you got to do it early because you can't do it late, because some guys have already come to pit road fueled up. They see the issue that's coming.
Yeah.
And they're prepared for it. And now you've taken their advantage away. So you got to bring them down. You've got to know the lap number. Like at Wake, we should have said, all right, if we get to 200 laps, cautions and greens, right, or whatever that number may be, we're coming. We're not even going to chance it. If we get to this number, we're going to bring them to pit road. The reason why you don't want to do that is twofold, right? Fueling cars is dangerous.
Fueling cars is dangerous.
These are hot race cars. You're going to have guys, nobody's got any protection. You're going to have guys trying to rush to put fuel in cars, and it's dangerous. Their car, that is a scary thing for me. We don't want the liability, and and guys are all packed on pit road nose to tail, it could be a potential hazard.
Could be.
I don't love guys putting fuel in even when they're coming down pit road by themselves, right?
Yeah.
We just don't want to add fuel during the race because we're not fueling cars like Cup cars. They have we don't have quick connects and all that stuff. You pour it into a funnel out of a 5-gallon jug, and it just hopefully gets all in there, right?
Yeah, late models shouldn't be refueling during the race.
It's dangerous. The second part is, and this is important, but it shouldn't affect our integrity and how we call the race, and I've gave our team that information. We're watching we have a broadcast. We got to package it neatly. If we pull the cars down pit road and stop for 20 minutes, then we lose our audience. They change to the next thing. We had modifieds at Martinsville. We had a Hickory ARCA going on. We had a lot of competition going on that night. But that shouldn't really affect our decisions. And I've told our team, I've shared with them in the past, like, hey, man, we need to have a good show. We need to think about the streaming audience. That's maybe some bad advice. Our guys in the booth, Danny, everybody in the booth, just needs to call a race of integrity with no regard to what it might look like on TV, right? Just call it a race of integrity for all of our competitors who are there, and everything else should take care of itself. So we have a race like this every year, and it is so disappointing. But, all we can do is try to tell our competitors that we expect more out of ourselves, we expect more out of them, and we hope on our end that we're going to show up next week and get it right. Connor Jones won the race. He's worked in the series for a long time, worked really hard. The Carroll team celebrated a win. They've been a big supporter of the series for a long time. It was great to see that group have success. But going to Nashville in a couple of weeks, April 11th, for the next race, and I'll be there and trying to compete. And hopefully we have a much smoother event than we had at Wake. All right, it's time for this month's selection of our Ultimate Racing Collector, presented by Lionel Racing. They're the official diecast of NASCAR. They're your go-to source for all your racing diecast needs. Check out the latest pre-orders at LionelRacing.com. This month's winner is Chester Jr. Let's take a look. We're downstairs, it appears, in his man cave. There's a lot of stand-ups on the wall headed down there. Davey Allison. A lot of tail pieces. Wow. Oh, a whole side of Newman's car.
With a Newman stand-up.
Oh, a rookie Earnhardt bumper. There's a whole side of Dale Earnhardt's car with a stand-up of Dale Earnhardt. This is insane.
It's got some shuffleboard, some pool.
Shuffleboard.
Bumper pool.
Just a bunch of body panels. Tons of rear bumpers.
Is that a 33 pit sign?
My gosh.
Wow.
The rear bumpers this guy has. And he's got his TV with the damn 1979 Daytona
just
500.
Replaying.
Got your little kitchenette right there. That's awesome. Man.
Is that an official?
Got a few bathrooms, a couple of jackets.
I don't think he has a few bathrooms. I think he just has one.
That might be two. That's all 3 doors. Might be a man and female bathroom. You don't know. Oh, the old school STP uniform is super cool. Let's take another run through.
It's got lighting going down the stairs to make it safe. Let's
take another run through. Let's take another drive. Got the Bobby Allison emblem up top. A lot of flags hanging from the ceiling. That's cool. The yellow caution light. Nice touch.
There's a Bud 8. Rookie stripes.
The rear. Oh, little racing on the TV there. Got the Rusty Wallace number 2 light over the. Oh, there's a bathroom.
There it is.
Yeah, there's race cars in the bathroom. All right. Got your little table right here. You have your couple of beers.
Dang, a Dave Blaney 93 car.
Man, there's some bumpers.
There are a lot of bumpers on here.
Again, got the toolbox. I wonder if the toolbox is kind of like the pantry.
Spree.
How about that, huh?
Nice.
Pretty awesome, Chester. He is the winner of this month's selection of the Ultimate Racing Collector, presented by Lionel Racing. We'll do this every month. It's if you want to win, send in your videos. We'll tell you next time.
Yep, we'll let you know when.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we're going to post on social media and how to get attached to that. But good job, Lester. That was Chester. Chester. That was a great job by him. Great video. Thank you very much.
Very cool collection.
Yeah. Want to thank Xfinity for waving the red flag on internet price hikes and raising the green flag for savings. You get the speed and reliability in your Wi-Fi that you need, locked in at one price for 5 years. Pretty incredible. No surprises, no late yellows, just straight to victory lane. We like that. We've got a winner in Xfinity. Imagine that. So let's get right to it.
First question is, how the hell did you sign Chris Buescher cards?
I was leaving the racetrack Saturday, walking out of the racetrack after the race, and there's a bunch of autograph seekers, for lack of a better word, standing around the tunnel in turn 4. And they've got die-casts. You're going to sign a few. And you're walking and talking. The guy hands me a book. It's got a bunch of blue and white cards. I'm in my blue stuff. So is Buescher. And I didn't even look down. I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, yeah, man, how's it going? Oh, man, awesome, awesome. And then I noticed I signed Chris. And I didn't notice I'd signed 2. I just noticed I'd signed 1. And I was like, oh, darn, I'm so sorry. And he goes, oh, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. And then we walked away. And then I stopped, and I said, hey, let me take a picture of that. So I walked back over and took a picture of it because I thought I'd have some fun because Chris Buescher is an awesome dude. I know I give him a little shit every now and then on the show, but it's because he has such a great personality. I really enjoy Chris. And so I thought he'd think that was funny, which he did reply. He said, man, it happens, I imagine. You got the beard, the blue, the this, the that.
I can see you're just signing and you just never know. Next question is, this weekend, Cup's off, but O'Reilly is out there at Rockingham, and Cletus will be racing. Have you given any advice, or what advice would you give him if he asked for racing this weekend?
I told Cletus to stay out of the news, right? Go race, have fun. Don't try to be – I mean, listen, my expectation – and I mean this in the best possible way. My expectation is for him to not be fast, right?
He's not going to be a top 10 car.
Right. Don't try to do any hero shit. Just go out there, run the laps, learn. He's like, man, I talked to him the other night. He's like, man, I don't want to embarrass myself. I hope I can be good. I'm like, don't even worry about being good. You don't be good in race 1. You go out, you gonna think about the long game. Like, you gonna need a bunch of races before it starts to work, click, make sense. This is just about going out there, running the laps, and he's getting thrown into the game, right? He's the backup quarterback or third string guy that didn't get any reps with the one team, and he's getting thrown into the game third quarter. Just go out there and don't make a fool of yourself. Don't force a pass and throw that interception on the first throw.
Yeah, miss a
and
shift.
Turn the whole damn stadium against you.
Damn it, TJ.
Yeah. I'm just messing with
Don't
him.
miss a shift.
Yeah, I just hope he goes out there and
just go have fun. Just finish the race, right? Yeah. If he finishes the race, he'll probably come out of there with a top 20-ish maybe, and that's a success, I think.
I would say that if he doesn't wreck, doesn't crash his car, doesn't crash other cars, if that's one thing. The other thing is when he's getting lapped, which is possible, he needs to be very clear on where he wants to be on the racetrack so that he is not part of the story, doesn't impede anybody or get in anybody's way. If he can do that, that's great.
Yeah.
Right? And that's it. I mean, that's really it. Come on and all pit road, have some pit stops, do everything conservatively. Learn what you can learn. Go through the process. Get out and go, all right, I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. I don't care where he finishes.
Yeah, just get reps.
There should be nobody saying, all right, man, I think a top 25 is doable. That shouldn't even be in the conversation. Just go out there and run all the laps.
Next question comes from the chat here. Skater Nate wants to know, what's up with the green flag behind you?
Oh, this is the green flag. I was told, and I really kind of believe it to be true, but this is the green flag. This is the green flag that was waved at the 1998 Daytona 500 that Dad won. And it's signed by Dan Marino, who waved it. Now, the reason why I believe this to be the green flag is because of the material. This is like if it's very, very thin. It is not a production piece. It's not like a produced, hey, man, we're going to make a bunch of flags and have some guy sign them. How it's pinned right here is intentional and important. Typically, production flags are just put on the stick and
they're not pinned.
Glued or whatever.
Yeah.
And the there's some writing here. There's a lot of little numbers and stuff written down here that I think has something to do with the flagman. The length of the stick beyond the flag itself tells me that this is a race used flag, a flag that's going to be used. Usually, produced pieces usually make the stick longer. And the length of the flag, right? Usually produced flags are square. This flag is rectangular in length because that is the preference of the flagman. And years of flagging, he's like, that's how I want to do it. That's how I want it. I think this is actually the flag that was waved at the 1998. The person that gave it to me says it was.
That's pretty cool.
I trust the person that gave it to me.
It adds up.
Yeah, so pretty cool to have stuff like that. I spent my whole life not really an active collector of things, and I haven't really been. I wasn't like, oh, I want some more. I want dad stuff. I want suits. I didn't think I thought that stuff was out there, and it was no way I was ever going to get any of my hands on things like that. But for whatever reason, as I got older, some of that stuff's starting to come back in my direction, and it's not something I'm seeking out. But every now and then, there's a person that's like, I've had this, and I've had it forever, and now it's yours, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I've gotten like IROC uniforms. I've gotten some really cool uniforms of Dad's. I have, off the top of my head, I've got a couple of Goodwrench uniforms, and he ran that car for many, many years. So there's a lot of years when he would have been in the white uniform. But I have a 1979-80 rookie uniform. I have the uniform that he won his first Cup race in at Bristol, and he also wore that uniform in 1980 at a few events. I have an 81 uniform. I have an 84 uniform. So I have a Busch Series uniform that he wore around 84, 85. So I've got some pretty cool stuff from way back in the day. It's harder, obviously, to find the older things, and I'm thankful that some of that stuff's found its way into my possession. So, yeah, that's pretty neat.
Next question comes from One World. I'm trying to find. He was asking, what's your kind of favorite kind of beer? Is it a shower beer, beach beer, patio
we did
beer?
This one.
We've done this?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Lawnmower.
I don't know about that. I'm sure lawnmower beer's all right, but
yeah, we've done this. But yeah,
beach beer. Probably
beer.
my favorite. Yeah,
I can see that.
When's
the last time you did a shower beer though?
I'm not a shower beer kind of guy.
Oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's weird about it?
How long are you in the shower?
I just think that at my age, I'm a married man with 2 kids. I just don't know that shower beers need to be in my toolbox. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you do, Travis? I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna grab a beer for the shower.
No. Like you're having a beer and like you're coming back from the pool or whatever, beach, and you're just going to take the beer in with you. Or like you're getting ready to go out.
I normally think you would just finish it before.
Yeah.
Well, you just keep drinking, though. You just take it in there and put it in the back corner.
That's like what bachelors do.
Yeah. You're past that stage, Travis.
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
You're past that stage.
Look,
I think Dale saying have kids and stuff, I think it's – I don't have –
I don't want my little girl walking in there, not that I'm just saying I don't want them thinking that that's normal. Beer in the shower.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Yeah.
You guess.
Yeah. Okay. Go to the next question.
This next question came from on Facebook. I saw, have you had the Nerds jelly beans yet?
I've not. They looked good, though. I saw them.
Dale?
No. I don't like jelly beans. Controversial take, I know.
But have you had But I feel like Nerds. I feel like you might like. No,
I do. But I don't like jelly beans. Can't get past it. I don't know, man. I don't like jelly beans. They're kind of like in the licorice vein to me.
They are.
Yeah.
The new nerd things they come out with a year or two ago are
the rope and the
clusters. The clusters are awesome.
Clusters are good.
Clusters are very good.
Yeah, they are.
Any other Easter candy that you guys like to get? Anything specific? I know you love your candy, or is it just general? Doesn't matter.
I'm in a non-candy kind of
That's weird.
phase. What? I know.
Are you feeling okay?
God, yeah, I mean, you see.
Well,
candy.
I mean, I got that giant bag from Key West
Yeah.
like a week ago, so I'm like, all right, time to take a little break. But
have you bought the girls some Peeps yet?
no.
Do you like Peeps?
No, not a marshmallow kind of guy.
So there's so many different flavors they're coming out with now. Like you go to the grocery store and look at the wall, there are so many different flavors. Have you seen it?
Yeah, but I'm
There's
just not.
so many.
I
of them.
feel like as a kid I would eat a couple, but now as an adult, like just eating a marshmallow is.
Not in my, not on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kids love them.
yeah,
Kids tear them up.
I know. I don't. Yeah, my girls love to eat marshmallows. I don't.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I think it's just a kid thing, maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. This person wants to know they loved Cody Rhodes and Magnum TA that you've had on recently. Who's another wrestler that you'd like to have on?
Oh, let's see. Well, we did Stone Cold. I mean, The Rock would be cool. Talking to him about wrestling.
I don't know many wrestlers, but
You don't?
Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker, and we could probably get him.
Undertaker was
yeah.
one of my favorites.
He was a good
Just
one.
the music, right?
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, I mean it's.
I like Triple H, just because he like during the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, he was great.
I would like to have Ric Flair on, but I don't know if
you ask one question and sit back.
I know, right?
He's great though.
Yeah.
That was always my favorite. D-Generation X was like.
Yeah. Now that we had Magnum TA, like getting Tully Blanchard in here or somebody like that, I would like to even talk to Dustin Rhodes, Dusty's other son. His older son.
Was there a tag team group? Was it the Bushwhackers or something like that?
Oh,
I liked them.
Yeah.
Oh, so now they're having a debate on. Somebody said they're a big Pop-Tart guy. Another guy said that they love toasted strudels. Either of those?
Toast strudels are messy.
Oh yeah,
they're really messy. So I saw something get advertised. Was there like I guess they're making Pop-Tart ice cream now. Like literally, there's like it's like a Pop-Tart on like an ice cream stick. I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw something about.
Are they like smashing the Pop-Tart up?
Type it in. I don't know. I don't even think I don't know if I've ever even seen you eat a Pop-Tart. Have you ever eaten a Pop-Tart?
Oh yeah.
Really? Strawberry?
I've ate a Pop-Tart, but then I look at how many calories is in
Oh,
a
it's
Pop-Tart.
bad.
It's so bad.
It's like 700 or
yeah,
something.
it's
like,
a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
That made me think about it.
Did you see? No, there's no way.
Per serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like 12 servings in a box.
So if I'm going to eat 400 calories, I'm going to eat more than just one single Pop-Tart.
Because that's not going to fill you.
No. It's crazy that there's that many calories in that size of a meal, right?
Dang.
I mean, I'd rather get I don't know.
Is there an ice cream? Oh, there it is. Right there.
Ice cream Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tart ice cream. Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
That actually
So
good.
The Good Humor, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Good Humor, that's some really good stuff.
I've never.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so good.
It's funny.
Not so much the Pop-Tart ones. They're fine, I'm sure, but the regular Good Humor bars.
Yeah.
They got, I think they got strawberry, and they got chocolate. They got Oreo.
Oh, I've had the
cookies and cream.
Yeah, that's good
chocolate
stuff.
before.
It's really good.
So good. Yep. The Good Humor bars. That Good Humor creamsicle and Good Humor,
Now that's worth the calories.
yeah.
That looks
Creamsicle ice cream
Oh, man.
is top 3.
Not nowadays, but
What are your,
I agree.
What are your top 3 ice cream flavors?
Probably Oreo.
Like if you walk into an ice cream place, you're picking 3 flavors out like a Cold Stone or something. What are you picking?
He started. Oreo.
See, I'm trying to think generic because I would go like specific, like Ben and Jerry's brands. I know that I love, but I'm trying to think of like just like an ice cream. Go ahead.
Creamsicle, lime sherbet, mint chocolate chip.
Vanilla, orange sherbet, and birthday cake batter.
Vanilla?
Yeah, I like vanilla, man. It's good.
I'm with Teach. Like I get a vanilla. It's
It's good.
I know it's good, but it's top 3. I mean, vanilla is good, but it's like you've got all the world in front of you, all the flavors.
I know, but I want one like that I can always go back to.
You get a
good. It's a classic.
Flavors
it's a
like
classic.
Flavor's important, but like vanilla's like 5, 6. Vanilla's a staple. It's locked into the top 10.
Okay, Harvick.
What?
Locked in. Follow.
We got some Rocky Road fans.
Rocky Road?
Yeah, I can't go Rocky
You got
Road.
anybody saying vanilla? Has anybody in there got vanilla in their top 3?
It wouldn't be my top 3, but a good like vanilla like milkshake is.
Stop it.
Yeah,
We're talking
counts.
about top 3s. I need to hear other people saying vanilla.
Somebody says cake batter tastes like straight sugar.
What
I'm
is
out.
everybody in there's opinion about TJ picking vanilla
Lone
top
Wolf
3?
is liking the vanilla.
He's aptly named Lone Wolf.
MTG plays cookies and cream, mint chip, and vanilla. 58 Music, I rock with vanilla. Brett Canny, vanilla's great.
Have you had enough yet?
I like vanilla. It's in my top 10.
You're going to like it more now.
No,
I won't. You ain't going to tell me what
French
to do.
vanilla. Mitchell says vanilla's the GOAT.
All right.
And I'm the
Anybody
weird one.
saying TJ's crazy? TJ's a crazy man. Get him out of here.
Just, nope, Lone Wolf would have been it.
Vanilla in the top 3.
I can't put it in my top 3.
TJ did.
I could do like my top 5.
It's hard.
Yeah.
If you said you got ice cream, you got vanilla, yeah, that's fine.
That's
You're
like-
always going to take it.
TJ's like, hey, man, my favorite numbers 0,
0,
1,
And 10.
and 99. Yep.
The people are proving you wrong here.
I don't
So,
agree.
you know.
I don't. We don't know the whole story.
Yeah, we got a TJ's crazy.
Oh,
Well, that's 'cause he
It's
said
not
that.
top 3, but top 10 for sure.
leaning back the other way.
No, it's not.
One World says no. We love TJ.
There you
I
go.
think
Oh,
that's
back
TJ's
the other way now.
wife. Someone.
Are all these people TJ's family members? What is going on here? Is that what happens when we
No.
do these lives? It's just TJ's family watching?
TJ should be in jail. send TJ home for the day.
Yeah.
What do you think about Neapolitan? Someone put that in there.
Yeah, I know.
I can't get. My grandma would always have it. It was like that's the ice cream she'd have. Like no.
I will say
No.
I do like the idea that I don't have to change. I don't have to go to the. I do like not having to go to the freezer to get the other bucket out. I just got to move the spoon over an inch to get something different.
Somebody said TJ's favorite color is beige.
Neapolitans for
Probably.
really lazy people. They're like, man, just put it all in one bucket.
Have you tried the Snickers or Twix ice cream bar?
I want to. Is there a Biscoff ice cream?
That'll
sandwich?
change your life if you have the
Snickers
Snickers.
is a pretty good ice cream
It'll
bar.
change your life.
I got a complex though about things that are like I cannot put a brand name candy that's now turned ice cream in my top 3.
Like a Reese's ice cream, you're not doing that?
I can't because it was candy first.
Yeah.
And it don't have the it ain't paid the dues.
So it's like a racing in the O'Reilly series.
Yeah.
It just can't.
I'm surprised you didn't say. I'm surprised Reese's wasn't on your list somewhere because you like a Reese's.
I like Reese's,
I
but
know.
Reese's is good.
Somebody just
Yeah.
had a classic.
Yeah.
They mentioned the Choco Taco.
Those are good, yeah. So I would say a good humor bar, the chocolate eclair, is in my top 3 of ice cream treats. I would also say
Klondike.
no,
Oh, really?
because they're too messy. And you can't. You got it. You're almost in a race against the clock to eat the thing.
They melt so fast.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah. You're in a race against the clock with it. You are.
Yeah.
I always did like when you had the.
Let's look at some treats. What's that? Hit the red one, the big red square right there in the middle. Boom, hit that. Bring that up.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
What do we got there? All right, we got a couple
the
different
cookie
things.
sandwich, the cookie ice cream
I
sandwich.
do like that.
Yeah, I do too. The classic, whatever that thing in the middle top row is.
Yeah, what is it?
Like a
No, top middle.
The drumstick?
Yeah, like those.
I'm
are
doing the
always,
drumstick.
Yeah,
Drumstick's in my top 3.
Yeah, me too.
And I know I said creamsicle flavor is in my 3, but the creamsicle, frozen ice cream.
Can we find a way to get the Sugarland's creamsicle into a adult popsicle?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
The chocolate chip cookie sandwich is a good one.
And that's a good way to keep the ice cream together. I feel like it's not as messy.
Too much. It's just too much.
It is heavy.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and they
heavy.
started putting chocolate chips from back in the day. I don't remember them putting chocolate chips.
What are some of the ones we're missing? I'm sure there's some badass ice cream treats out there that we're not even thinking about.
Yeah.
What are they saying in the chat? The drumsticks definitely on my top 3.
Let's go images. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a lot of cookies. A lot of cookies.
I love that.
Klondikes.
Damn, I love that drumstick.
What about the bomb pop? It's not ice cream, but
What's the bomb pop? The popsicle?
the red, white, blue
that's
thing.
A
No,
staple. I mean, it's a staple.
it's a staple, but it ain't.
ooh, somebody in the chat, the Flintstone push pops. You remember
Yes,
those?
Yeah.
they were good.
You were
Another race against
That's
time.
what I was.
though,
That thing starts dripping out the bottom of it.
yeah, it's pretty messy.
Yeah, it is.
That's Junior for the day.
Thank you, Xfinity, for waving the red flag on internet price hikes and waving the green flag on savings. Get the Wi-Fi service that you know, the speed, the reliability, one price, 5 years, no surprises, no late yellows. It's all there. Get right to victory lane. No surprises with Xfinity. Imagine that. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, this is Dale Earnhardt Jr., and for all the latest Dale Jr. download gear, including the I'm'll Drink Some Beer t-shirt that we've been talking about here around the office, head over to shop.dirtymomedia.com for all the latest merch. Time for another episode of Dirty Mo Dough. This segment brought to you by FanDuel. Russ is called in. Good to see you, Russ.
How are you?
And, yeah, pretty good, buddy. Tim's is here.
Hey.
Travis, TJ Majors.
Carpenter. James.
CJ.
Russell, right off the top, man, you did a good job this past weekend teeing up you gave out the name Chase Elliott as somebody for us to be paying attention to, and he pulls through with the wins. Tim, you had a bet on him at plus 900 to win.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Russ.
Yes.
Welcome. That's 2 in a
Hell of
row
a
for
job.
the predictor. 2 in a row for the predictor.
You told us to avoid Reddick. I don't think that was a big surprise. Reddick has struggled there. He admitted that he wasn't, too excited about that event. But shout out to the predictor. We give the predictor a hard time.
TJ does.
TJ does.
I think everybody does.
I respect the
Mostly
predictor.
TJ.
Yeah, most of it.
But
the predictor got lucky.
the predictor is pretty badass. No cup racing this weekend, just trucks no rally at Rockingham. Sammy Smith won there last year after I think Love was disqualified.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's the favorite this weekend?
Oh, it's got to be your guy, Allgaier.
Damn.
2 in a
There
row.
we go.
He was caught up in a wreck there last year. I think he was running top 5 towards the end.
Yep.
He's going for 3 in a row. Junior Motorsports going for 6 in a row. It's got to be a Junior Motorsports car. I know Jesse Love was really fast there last year, but you guys got it going on this year.
Well,
What's
right
the
now,
longest win streak the JRM has ever had?
this one, 5 in a row.
Is it?
The longest all time
Nice.
is Gibbs at 6, so going to tie Gibbs.
Oh. Wow.
Yep.
Man,
You coming?
I will not be there. I'm going to Texas for Easter.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Got to go do the family thing, but I'll be watching and pulling for our group. There's no lines out right now.
No, it's tough.
What do we do?
Just got to pick names out of a hat here.
Oh, shit.
Who are some other
We could
names?
talk about names. One that's not going to be towards the very top, but we got to look at Brent Cruz this weekend. He won an ARCA East race there last year. He's in Gibbs equipment. I think he's one we have to really seriously look at for a long shot.
Is Parker Retzlaff finished second last year, Russ? Do you see he's had a good year so far? Good top 10 bet, or
I think
don't know, man.
Go ahead.
I cannot bet Parker. I can't bet Parker because he lost to the computer in our Xbox college football dynasty.
oh, that's tough. Actually.
That's bad luck.
That is very.
He's
Odds
gonna-
makers are
That's
not happy.
very suspect. Does the
That
predictor
is-
know
yes.
about this?
Yeah.
Maybe he's more focused on the race.
Nah, you can't
No.
recover from that.
No.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
you
at least
don't.
2 weeks.
Yep.
You don't.
He's probably going to kick our ass tonight in our league race
Oh God, yeah. The predictor would say that
at
too.
Rockingham. By the way,
It's at it's at
yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, it's at Chicago. Shit. all
Still
right.
gonna win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it was Rockingham or Chicago or
Yep.
wherever.
Yeah.
He's having a good year though, so
Oh, dude, that team is doing a hell of a job.
they are.
Yep, they really are. For trucks, Corey Heim, he'll be driving the number 1 for Tricon. Do we feel as confident about Corey Heim in a part-time schedule as, he was pretty automatic last year? Where's
Yes.
your guts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
No doubt. I
No
think.
doubt.
You can't be as confident in him because
Why
there's no
not?
way.
Why not?
Because you're not.
Well, he might be with a different crew chief.
He is. He's with a
Different
whole
truck.
different team.
It might be completely. He
He
might be.
He won
won
at
with the 5
Darlington
truck.
in a 5 truck. He's never been with before.
Okay.
He's
In
been
the
with this
last
one
quarter.
team already this year. I don't.
All
think
I'm
it
just saying
matters,
it's
though.
not as easy to that continuity is not as easy when you.
Hocevar is going to be racing in the 77 for Spire.
I feel like Hocevar could have a really good weekend there.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like Carson could have a really good weekend.
I would take the field. I really would.
I like
I
Lane
think
Riggs.
that's a better bet.
Yeah, I like Lane too.
I like Lane Riggs.
Truck race could be really good.
What's a number that you wouldn't bet Corey Heim at? Like, what would you need to see?
If it's got a plus next to it, I'm probably betting Corey Heim too.
What do you
He's
think
so-
the odds are on the field if you took the field?
I actually think it'll be it'd probably be Heim then Hocevar. Heim will probably be like plus 150. Hocevar would probably be around plus 300. I actually think Lane Riggs would be like plus 900, and I would take that.
What about Honeycutt? Are we sleeping
Honeycutt's on there too. I think
Yeah.
he's around like plus 800, plus 900.
I feel like this could be the weekend that he breaks through.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Those 4. I think it's between those 4.
It's going to be pretty interesting. Who are some of the dark horses, maybe, or some of the somebody that could surprise us in the O'Reilly race? I know we mentioned Parker, but it's a pretty interesting field of cars and drivers, and you're going to have Cletus out there. Where do you think Cletus ends up? What's the predictor tell us about that?
I'll take the over.
Okay.
Do they interview him during the race?
That's a very valid question. I'd say the odds are high, but I love that he's in the race. Like, he tested there, did well in the test, right? So
I watched the video. He busted his ass in turn 3 and saved it.
Yeah,
But still,
saved
like,
it.
I know, but he's been there twice in a truck and in a O'Reilly car and lost control of the car and the truck each time at some point. And that's on the racetrack all alone. I know that he can stay in his lane or in his box, but he's not familiar with a lot of the aero situations he's going to find himself in. And he might drive into a situation aerodynamically that could be problematic.
And turn
So-
two,
just
turn two
like
there.
just like at Daytona, right? That was an aero thing, how he spun that truck out off of 4, and he didn't realize that was a bad spot, right, or that could happen, and it kind of jumped up and bit him.
I really feel like turn 2 is a tough spot at Rockingham. It sneaks up on people. It's a really tight exit late.
Yep.
So
So I agree. The odds are high that he's maybe getting interviewed before the end of the race, and obviously, I think we're all happy that he's trying to go do this, but it's going to be a real challenge.
I'm curious how much sim time he's had.
Probably tons. I think that he's gotten all the prep that would be necessary and possible. So,
I feel like
sim
this
time
could,
doesn't sim time's missing a tons of bells and whistles.
Yeah.
I'm with Russ on the JRM cars too. I feel like they're going to be really good there.
Yeah.
As well. I know Carson likes that place a lot too, and Sammy got the win.
What
there
about
last
Corey
year.
Day? Corey Day's starting to show some, get closer and closer, inching further and further up that grid.
Corey Day has put together probably
A couple
the
of solid
best,
races.
the best 2 race streak that I've seen him do.
Yep.
At tough places.
Yeah.
arguably two of the toughest places that we go.
And he's gonna have a fast car.
Yeah, I honestly, I like the direction Corey Day's heading in right now as well. Like, he's not making the big mistakes now. He's hanging out, racing with guys. Like, he's doing good.
What do you think it would be if you could bet teams in O'Reilly what Junior Motorsports would be?
Minus yeah.
350?
When you had 5 of the first 6 for a while there last week, that was that's a minus bet for the next week.
I love it.
What? I'm supposed to love it.
You should.
Yeah, I bet he does.
And the 6th was Corey Day. It's pretty good. It's pretty good odds. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, that's the Dirty Moto segment brought to you by FanDuel, the premier gaming destination in the United States. Russell, thank you for chiming in. Thanks for joining us from the Arby's studio. It's been a fun one today. Don't forget about Arby's new Meat and 3 box. You get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats. We'll see you tomorrow.